so that we can chill. I can only see about half the sink and it's great, so, wait, what are we doing?
Hi, oh, I feel like once I say it once, then... Hi everybody, my name is Jae. I'm going to be showing you what we're going to do with week 5 CSA box from Vibrant Valley Farm. I can't wait to get into things. First off, we have this beautiful kale. We also have the most green beautiful oregano I've ever seen. We have some young garlic. Its purple color is so beautiful. We also have some of the very first summer zucchini of the season, which is so exciting. We have some spring onions, some beets. The inside of them is absolutely stunning. We also have a silky salad mix and a very tender baby fennel. All right, so let's get into this box. Alrighty, so to start off, I'm going to dive into the easy summertime tea. So we're gonna take the little baby fennel, and we want to move some of these other things. We want to take out the core, and so I always think if you just cut out a pyramid of the fennel, then you're gonna get rid of that part that you don't want to eat. And with this, because it's just going to be steeped in a tea, you really don't have to worry about the chop of it. So I'm just going to roughly chop, and then I'm going to add it to my jar that I'm going to steep it in. I also want to add some of these leafy tops because they will also add, me too, they will also add flavor to the tea. So I'm just going to kind of like loosely cut off some of these and just throw them in the jar. To that, I'm going to add this beautiful lavender, and I'm just going to pull off the little buds and place those in, and then squeeze just 2 little, I don't know, like maybe a quarter, not even a quarter of a lemon, squeeze that in. Add my mint tea bag, and then add a generous spoonful of honey. And I kind of just let that spoon sit in the jar, because when I add the boiling water, it'll just melt it off. So I'm gonna add the boiling water. Sometimes, let's see, add the boiling water. Give it a good stir. And look how beautiful. And so with this, I want to let this sit, the tea bag, in for probably about 5 minutes, and then I'll pull it out, and then this is going to go immediately into the refrigerator to chill. And then as soon as it's chilled, we'll have a delicious summertime tea. All right, so what we're gonna focus on next is going to be the sauce for our roasted squash and beet situation that we're going to be making next. This is a Peruvian lettuce salsa. Yes, you heard me say that right, lettuce salsa. You can think of it as replacing the tomatoes with lettuce. You can put it on baguette, you could put it on pasta, you can put it on veggies, really anything. What you want to start off with is this beautiful silky salad mix. We're also going to be using some of this gorgeous oregano. We're going to have some olive oil, some salt, pepper, and cumin, as well as some water, and then a little bit of lemon, some jalapenos, some of the beautiful spring onions, and some of the young garlic.
Yes. Yes.
Let's get into this box.
Yeah.
Alright, so for the lettuce salsa, we don't need to pay much attention to the technique that we use for chopping things because it's all going to be going directly into the food processor. So you can be, or you can use a blender, but you can be pretty lax on your chopping. So I peeled 4 garlic cloves, and I also just like cut the ends off of all of them. Nobody wants that like hard pokey bit in anything they're eating. So we're gonna take these 4 cloves and we're gonna toss them in the food processor. And then I have 2 jalapenos. All I did with these is I cut off the stems. We're gonna use seed and the little like pepper ribs and all because we like it spicy in this house. And yes, so we're gonna pick these up and put them in there as well. Be careful to wash your hands after, or just like don't touch things that you shouldn't touch with spicy things. Also, we have these lovely little spring onions, which I just maybe cut into like 3 different sections. I'm gonna put those in. And then I picked about a tablespoon to maybe a tablespoon and a half of the gorgeous, vibrant oregano. And with this, I don't know if it totally matters, but I just kind of like picked the leaves off of the stems, and I'm just gonna pop that in as well. Next, we want to add our gorgeous silky salad mix. So with this, I'm just gonna grab like some big handfuls. And when using a food processor, I kind of feel like you don't have to worry about fitting everything in one go. So we're gonna start off with that. And then to the veggie mix, we're gonna add a 1/4 of a cup of olive oil. And you can kind of just like drizzle that in over everything. Perfect. We're also gonna add about the juice of 1 lemon. And then we're also gonna add a 1/4 of a cup of just regular water. I'm gonna add that in. And then to that mix, we're gonna add the teaspoon of cumin, salt, and pepper. You can kind of just sprinkle that in, but it really doesn't matter too much. And now we're gonna blend. And it's already starting to turn into a beautiful sauce, y'all. At this point, I'm like looking at how much sauce I have, and I think I'm gonna add a little bit more of the silky salad mix. And then again, make sure that the lid to the food processor is fully on. Cover up the hole because you don't want to clean up more than you have to, and then go back to your pulsing. Once you know that the machine is fully stopped, nobody wants to lose no fingers, we're gonna scoop it down off the walls again, and then we're gonna taste it. So grab a spoon. COVID is wild, y'all, so like you gotta make sure that like if you're using a spoon and getting someone else to taste things, that you like make sure that you're being safe with all that. But yeah, I'm just gonna take a little spoonful and taste it and see how my seasoning levels are. Let's see. It's so good. It's so good! Do you wanna try it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is how I make this beautiful Peruvian lettuce salsa. So for the next dish we're going to be making, the next dish we're going to be making is the next dish we're going to be making is a roasted summer zucchini and Kale beet salad. So for that we have the beautiful first of the summer zucchini, the beets I can't say, and this lovely spring onion. I also went ahead and I shelled some of the snap peas, and I'm going to be using this kind of on top of our little roasted salad as a crunchy element at the end, as well as just like a little bit of olive oil and a mixture of salt and pepper. Alright, so for these first of the summer beautiful zucchinis, I'm going to be using a mandolin because I want to get them sliced super thin. If you don't have a mandolin, that's okay. Maybe you have a food processor that has an attachment, that's super easy. Or if your knife skills are on fleek, you can just hammer it out like that. So we have that. I'm also gonna do the same thing with these beautiful beets, and I'm gonna reserve maybe one full big round juicy beet, and I'm gonna use that in a raw preparation. I want a little bit of diversity in texture for this salad, so as some of the veggies are going to be roasted, I want that nice crisp crunch of a raw veggie, and beets are perfect to use for that. With the spring onion, I am going to be using on a mandolin as well, because onions can be super powerful and overwhelming, but I think when they're sliced super thin, you can kind of get away with getting just a little hint of onion without overpowering. So that's going to be lovely for that. All right, so for this roasted summer squash and beet salad, I'm going to take my thinly sliced veg that I did on the mandolin, and I'm kind of just gonna sprinkle it on this lightly greased baking sheet. I just have a little olive oil on here, salt and pepper. So I'm gonna slide them into my preheated oven at 425, set a timer for 10 minutes, but maybe every 4 minutes I check on them. So set it for 10, pay attention to what I'm doing, and yeah. Next, I really wanted to make a nice summer crudité. So we are going to be using this beautiful kale, these heirloom beets, I can't remember the name, Kale. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Yes. So we have these beautiful Kale heirloom Italian beets, which we're also going to be utilizing in their leafy tops because they're delicious and you can't throw them away. They're too good to be tossed. So we're going to be using those along with the kale and these beautiful snap peas. We're going to be using a little bit of just salt and pepper, a little bit of olive oil, some balsamic because yes, and some parm. Okay. tops of them. You want them to get crispy. And then I'm just gonna take some salt and pepper, as well as a little balsamic vinegar. Alright, so for this lovely soon-to-be crudité plate, all we're going to do is slide this baking sheet with all these goodies into the oven that's heated on broil. And I'm not really sure how long it's going to take. I would say anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes. You want your broil on high, and you want to make sure that the rack in your oven is placed towards the top. So we're just going to take all these yummies and we're going to slide them into our oven. Close that bad boy up and make ourselves a cocktail and wait. Alright, you guys, we have arrived at the end of our cooking journey. Week 5 CSA box from Vibrant Valley Farms. I feel so blessed to have this food in my kitchen and to be able to share some of the teeny tiny ideas that I have about how to use things. Look how beautiful this is, y'all! It's gorgeous! Gorgeous. And I have just like a little fennel frond and some beautiful lavender, and we're gonna eat this meal.
Okay.
Wait, we gotta make sure. Right? Isn't it pretty?
This is gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
What you gonna say?
Happy summer.
I think we should say our names.
Okay.
I think we should be like everyone involved, like person behind the camera, me,
Support.
mental support.
We could have rolling credits.
Yeah, and like, do we want to say like anything about like any
Like BLM stuff?
yeah,
I feel like that
anything
should,
we
like,
wanna.
Be in the credits, like all of that shit.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Maybe
'Cause
we
this
can
is
just
really
do
good
like
reel
a
already.
cheers to like Black excellence,
Okay.
or I don't know.
No, I love
like,
that.
Like
Black motherfucking excellence. Eat your snap peas. Oh, it's recording the
Oh.
whole time.
yeah, eat your peas, eat your veggies.
Call your mother.
Make that fucking salsa, lettuce salsa. Call your mama.
Leave the seeds in. It's good for you. Cheers, bitches.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. You didn't say any of the things.
Oh.